Yo, what's good? I'm back with another video. I had a stroke maybe about 3 weeks ago. It was right in November, so it's been a little bit longer than that. And it was the day before Thanksgiving. I went out to my mom's house, and then all of a sudden I got to feeling real weird and seeing really crazy colors, so I had to call an ambulance. And when they got there, they told me I had a brain bleed. Then I stayed in the hospital for about a month. Then I did rehab for about close to a month. So it was definitely a nice little journey I've been on. But I haven't had no chance to do no YouTube videos, so I want to do some videos today. One of the movies that I saw recently was Anaconda 2. Anaconda 2 was really good. Jack Black starred in it, and it was a good one because they did it like almost like my personal story, which, he's a filmmaker, Jack Black is, and he wants to do a movie. And one of his friends moved to Hollywood, which some of my friends did too. And so in the meantime, Jack Black is working at what would you call it? He's working at a wedding production place. So, but he's such a filmmaker that he's trying to make the wedding production videos into cinematic storytelling. And it's just no way you could do that. It's too not that, So he tried, and the people was complaining, his boss was complaining. But as the story unfolds, you see that Jack Black connects with his buddy, and he writes a script for Anaconda 2. So they get on board with each other, like, okay, let's do it. And they go out to Brazil to actually go shoot in the rainforest. And when they get there, they run into people, they run into people that's hating. They run into a whole other production team that's actually shooting. They have the rights to shoot it. And so the guy, his homie, he lied about having the rights to shoot Anaconda 2. So, but that didn't stop him from going. And Jack Black wrote the script. So again, this is, a filmmaker's story where he's determined to make movies. He's determined to be a film artist and create. But where he lives, it don't exist. So he's trying to make it happen no matter what. And doing wedding videos, trying to turn cinematic is so funny. And it was no way it could do it. And, so on a side note, though, I did have a stroke the day before Thanksgiving this last year. And it was a rough one, Now my eyes sees double. But I'm happy to be alive. I mean, they call it a brain bleed. So I guess a brain bleed is a stroke. And I had surgery, I had to do rehab. And right now I'm kind of still recovering from it. But, and as a filmmaker, you always want to produce more and create more. But obviously it takes time and it takes people. And so you don't get to shoot as fast as, like for instance, I started making music, and to make a song, hey, you can do it in one day. And when you're done, you can play it all day. You can play it all night. Whatever your song is about. So the big difference is how fast you can do some stuff. Whereas a movie, it takes a long time. You gotta have the people, the schedules, you gotta be able to film these people and shoot them and have them come back more days than initially. So it's a little workout, but, I like that movie. I like 1 too. 1 was pretty good, Anaconda 1. And you get to watch this movie, and, they got great actors in it, playing the characters. But then they bring Ice Cube back. So it's like a real shock to see him pop up, because I don't think he had the rights to the movie. But whoever made the movie contacted him and was like, yo, you need to be in this. And he showed up. I mean, they didn't have J-Lo. They didn't have all the John Voight, but they had them and him. And so he came and he showed up and he did a dope character for them. So it was a good movie to see. So you remember Anaconda, that's about them trying to fight a big snake. So they had to deal with that. Then they was actually in dealing with being in the rainforest, and that was a problem. And they was trying to be on a boat, and then they had problems with that. And then obviously, if they're on a boat, some people got to fall in the water, and that's what happened. So now you got the anaconda snake chasing down these people because they fell inside the water. And Anaconda was good. The original Anaconda was very good. I really liked the movie. I watched it growing up, and it was like, man, that shit was good. And even when they played the reruns on TV, I made sure I watched it. So I didn't know they was gonna do an Anaconda too, but it was a good one. And like I said, for him to be a filmmaker, they showed his old movie he made in college, or I guess high school, and it was sucked. It was bad, you know. But none of that discouraged him. Jack Black wanted to be a filmmaker. His character wanted to be a filmmaker, so he ended up making this movie and going out to the rainforest to see if they can do it. And then they got robbed, they got kidnapped, they got held against their will. I mean, it was a whirlwind for them up there and trying to make a movie in Brazil without a license, without any permits. So they was trying to make the monster come after them and eat them and do all this craziness towards them. And the movie Anaconda was good. I mean, the snake, you believed it, and when he chased him, you believed it. So that's why I was like, this was a good one. So if you ever get a chance to go see Anaconda 2, make sure you go see it. Plus, they threw Ice Cube in there, you know. He the original writer and producer of the story. So I thought he had control over the movie over these years, but obviously you realize he don't. And he never had control over the movie. But they gave him a cameo. One little short scene. He was in it, and so you could say that they had Ice Cube. They didn't have J-Lo. They didn't have John Voight. But they definitely had Ice Cube. He popped up in it, so he gave it a solidification, knowing that he knew about them producing it, and he was okay with that, and he actually made a cameo. So if y'all really check out Anaconda, let me know. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I appreciate you coming into the station.